Hello family, and welcome back to another Plan With Me. This is my weekly series where I show you guys how I plan out my week step by step. First, I'm getting started with a quick prayer walk after my Bible study. Next, I'm getting ready to make my morning juice. So I've been really love juicing lately after I just got a new juicer from Temu, which is the sponsor of today's video. But before we get to the juicing, first I have to clean all my fruits and veggies with baking soda and cold water. I let that sit for about 12 to 15 minutes, and then I go ahead and start cutting up the rest of my fruits. So I'm making a green juice, nothing too complicated. So right now I'm about to cut up the pineapple and then the cucumber. And then of course some apples. So when I make my green juice, I don't like it too sweet, so I find that the celery is pretty strong, so the pineapple and the apple should really balance it out. But I like my green juice kind of tangy and just a little hint of citrus, so I think it's going to be pretty good. Now this is actually my first juicer, and I must say it was really easy to use even right outside the box. All I had to do was plug it in. It didn't come with a million different parts. It's probably about 4 parts in total, so it was really easy to set up. It has 2 settings, one that breaks down softer fruits and veggies, and then the only time I've had to use the second setting is for things like carrots, which take a little bit more blade strength. But overall, it's pretty easy to use. It even has a little compartment that collects all of the pulp, so you don't have to deal with that flying everywhere. And then on the other side, the juice comes right out, and so I love it. It's super easy to use. It's not complicated at all, and it gets the job done. So I definitely think it was a great investment. So if you're in the market for a new juicer, I'll leave the link to the one I'm using in the description box below. And of course, there will be some benefits if you use my link. Number 1, as soon as you download the Temu app, you'll get a $100 coupon bundle. And if you use my code at checkout, you'll get an extra 30% off for new users only. So it's a great deal. Like I said, everything will be in the description box below. Now while I'm juicing, let's go ahead and get into the weekly recap. This is the portion of the video where I tell you guys the highs and lows of last week and the strategy that I'm taking into next week. So the biggest high from last week was I finally got some new clothes. You guys, I am an outfit repeater. I'm not ashamed of it. I am a minimalist, and I just like to keep things very simple. So I have not invested in any clothing probably in the last year or so. I may have bought like one-off pieces here and there, but I finally went and got some new clothes as they are much needed. I've probably been recording in the same outfits for like forever. But some much needed retail therapy. We're doing the self-care challenge inside of the doers community, and so I decided to treat myself, and I got some really cute pieces that are timeless and really cute, and they will be good for like transitions in between seasons. So I'm excited about that. Now the lows for this week was, again, it was one of those distracting weeks where I was coming on my period and all of the symptoms and the hormones were fighting against me. And so I did have a little bit of trouble focusing this week, which was right in line, honestly, with the last video that I made about being destroyed by distractions. Like, there are some things that we can't really control. Like, I'm working as hard as I can to try to figure out what's going on with my hormones and why they are so almost like debilitating when it comes to my period. But there are other things like, just spending too much time on social media, just kind of lollygagging around. And so that was kind of how the week went, and I really had to get myself back focused because I could feel myself falling into old habits, and I definitely fell off my routine. So I made up for it today. I got up early, spent my time with God, and just did my normal routine. And so I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm trying not to beat myself up about the times where, I may have some more like relaxed or distracted weeks, but we have somewhere to go, and so I'm really trying to lock in and stay disciplined. Another low was I broke my workout streak. Guys, I'm so sad. I have been consistent for 42 days, and honestly, it's not even a low, because this is the longest I've ever been consistent working out. And so I just got to the point where I was not eating as healthy as I should, because I came back from like a mini vacation for my sister's birthday. And so because I didn't eat too clean on that trip, it kind of carried over into next week. And so it is what it is. At any moment, you can decide to get back on track. And so that is exactly what I did. I even made it to the gym today, so I'm feeling really good. Now, the strategy that I'm taking into next week is, number one, I'm going to be integrating a weekly self-care day where I just rest and refresh. I have the Sabbath and I like to focus on just spending time with God, and I don't really do any other activities, and I'm slowly integrating that back into my routine. But I just want to have a day or just a few hours where I can do some of the creative things or creative outlets that I like to do, like hand lettering, painting, just stuff that just kind of doesn't require a lot of my brain. I think that would be a huge benefit for me. Also, I'm going to be incorporating some habit stacking. So you guys know that I have been working out from home pretty much. And so I decided that if I could be consistent for 30 days, then I would invest in a gym membership. And so I did join a gym, and it has a bunch of different things that I'm actually going to enjoy. And so I'm going to start incorporating my gym days with things that already require me to leave the house. So usually on like Thursdays, I do my editing at like a coffee shop, so I'm already going to be leaving the house. So I'm just going to work out before I do the coffee shop. And then on Fridays, that's usually the days where I run my errands and do my grocery shopping. So again, I'm already going to be leaving the house, so it's just going to be easier for me to go to the gym on those days. And then I'll work out from home the rest of those days. But habit stacking is a great tool to keep in your arsenal because it allows you to pair a new habit that you're trying to build with something that's already in your routine. And it's just like a trigger, right? If you do this, then you do that. And so for me, if I'm already out and then I stack it with going to the gym, it's not something that I have to rewire my brain for. And it just makes it easier to be consistent. That's actually one of the things mentioned in Atomic Habits by James Clear. So if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. And I'll also do a video about some of the other things that I've learned that have helped me to be consistent. So this wraps up the weekly recap. I am just gonna go ahead and let the rest of the video play. Let me know in the comments how your week has been. I would love to hear from you. And I will talk to you guys on the next video.